But I want to give you all three just a final, uh, not pitch, but a chance to talk about the mint coming up, what you want to say to the community to reiterate, and then any hints at the future, kind of like what you want to say about the project in a concise manner, because we've had a lot of discussion wide open. So I'll start with you, Zeus. What are your thoughts there?
All right, I'll pull a 180. I'll keep it very short for you. I just want to thank everyone. I want to say I have a wife upstairs as well. Gotta take care of her, so she's been very patient with keeping me here. But I'm very thankful for you guys for the platform. This was a very fun conversation with some genuine people that have been in the industry, have seen their things. They've talked to a lot of people, so it means a lot the words that are coming. Respect you both. Your story from the little brief that we gotten before. I know if this has been most of us talking, but we
Yeah.
do our research always when we're trying to do some go somewhere, talk to someone, and I appreciate it. And for the community, I think that my biggest thing is we are building a brand. So if you want to be more a part of it, we want to give you all the tools. If you just want to invest, then invest in people that you believe in, invest in the idea. If you don't believe in the idea, then this isn't for you. There are always going to be things that aren't for everyone. But I do believe that we in Globe 95% of people, that if you stop to listen and if you stop to see, there will be something you can find that you will like in this community, or some arm or branch of it. Because basically the way that I view it is, if you can YouTube something that you like, there's something here that you like, because
I like
that's
that.
as simple as it is. And I just want to thank everyone again for being here, for taking the time to listen to us. This has been a long conversation, so those of you that stuck around, you're amazing. And that's it. Just
Yeah,
thanks.
we're 20 plus people strong. Oh, close to 3 hours, man. People are always blown away that we can keep double
Yeah.
digit people for such a long time. Ankh, anything about the future? Because I do still have questions for you. You're not off the hook, Zeus. I do have questions for
I thought it
you.
was just that. I
No,
thought it was
no,
closing. You're
no.
like, oh, I gotta go to my wife and things
Yeah,
like that.
you did it justice in the second part. You talked about the project and how it's for anyone. So I think that answered the question for sure. But I do have some questions, some final thoughts for you as well. For you, to talk about, coming up to Mint for Flare and the future of Mint, and any kind of last concise thoughts that you want to share with the community, some long lasting thoughts for them to chew on.
Yeah, I mean, I think as you guys can tell, we still deeply believe in the vision of this project. I know we started this project, I think, basically at the peak of the bull market, right? And now obviously we're somewhere in the bear market. Maybe it's not as bad as it was like 2 months ago, but like it's still kind of in the bear market, and we still believe in it pretty deeply.
Yeah.
And so like it's very much so something where we've been pretty fortunate to have great kind of advisors by our side from Apelist, from Zuverse, like the founders of all these great communities and well-connected communities and whatnot, right? But we're very much so kind of first and foremost focused on, well, I guess I'd mention two things, right? We're very focused on the utilities. We're very focused on uh, obviously adding value to the investors in the short, medium, and long term, as mentioned on the NFT side. But we
Right.
also kind of, I think, understand like how we need to get there operationally and also financially, right? So
Yeah.
no matter like how much we know exactly how much we want to raise. We know that there's like 10 different ways to get there, right? And so like it's very much so like this mint pass is going to be like this first step, and it's going to be, we think, the most advantageous way and the earliest way for anyone in the space to kind of get into it. But we are going to really focus on like as we mentioned, there's kind of a Web 2 model already that exists, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's very possible just to be able to if we decide we need kind of more money or whatnot, right? Like it's very possible just to go to some sort of other investors or whatnot and be like, hey, look at Faith, it's $1 billion valuation.
Right.
Hey, we have a team, we've already built out the team, and we can kind of basically like bridge whatever we need to bridge, whatever the market does or does not give us, right?
Yeah.
So we're pretty like optimistic regardless of kind of where the market is, and I think that should be a comfort to any sort of NFT investor, right? Because I like there's a one of our advisors. He always used to say this is not like a copy pasta project. Like it's not one
Yeah.
of those get
Copy
your
pasta.
NFT profile picture, stake for some token for some marketplace or whatever, right? It's kind of a very very different vision, a very very different model, and
Yep.
it's a model that's kind of validated. And the reason that we're doing it this way is because we truly believe that over time, right? And we may not necessarily outcompete kind of the established players in 1 month or 2 months or 3 months or whatever, right? But over time, like we think this model is going to be a better model, and it's going to outcompete and outperform the other models out there, just because of the things we've been able to see through the bull and the bear in terms of how passionate people are in these communities, these NFT communities, these crypto communities, right? If it's done the right way. And so like that's kind of a passion that is not really shared, as I mentioned, in Apple or Amazon for the investors or the consumers or whatever, right? I guess maybe
Yeah.
Apple in a way has some fandom, but
Yeah.
that
Oh,
ownership part of
Apple
it,
has fandom.
right, right. But they don't like, right, for sure. But like it's not like the level that we kind of see in
Yeah.
things that quite honestly like are not like even most of them aren't profitable, right? They aren't even kind of adding that sort of value. A lot of
Yeah,
them have
and
lost money.
I think what you're saying there is this community at like that's why I see that big natural gap or link between esports and the NFT where this community aspect, man, it's never been seen before. I like to call it brand 3.0, and that is brand 3.0 is it's no longer about a brand talking to the consumers. It is the consumers being the brand.
Yeah, yeah. No, I
Love
I
that
totally agree,
description. I'm
right?
stealing it.
Yeah,
Hey, man, like you
Mhm.
take it all day long. I'm here to help, bro.
yeah. No, I totally agree with that, right? And I think if you believe that communities should have ownership in their culture and their brand, then like
Yep.
I think areas where there's huge amount of fandom are the logical next steps, right? For this and for the next bull market, basically, right? Because I think the next bull market we're gonna have to start to see like actual Web 2 to 2.5 or 3 kind of business models actually be built. Because we've seen what happens now, like when there really aren't business models, but just hype, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's a logical transition. Same thing that happened in Web 1, same thing that happened in the first internet. But we have now like a lot more money, a lot more belief that there's something here, and so
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, all I'll say is that
No, that's awesome.